Hi, this is Billie Beene with another segment of Truth by Billie Beene Special Report. Today's date 11/16/2022. This is a new YouTube channel for me. Thanks for like, subscribe, and share. I have a subscribe button in the lower right corner of my screen. And thanks for subscribing to me on Rumble. This is episode 464. And we'll be covering Ukraine kills 2 U.S. military, Broken Arrow, U.S. nuke carrier group, Haiti. Some of my sources are God in the Bible Patriot subscriber, Galactic Talk interview with Gene Decode, France 24 English off-grid desert farming with Paul and Adrienne, Dr. William Mount, Hal Turner, Toss, Tap Blog, and some others. So let's get started. Let's do a little review of what has been leading up to almost a nuclear exchange between NATO, the shadow NATO, and the U.S. So let's get started and, accuse and blame Russia to get that World War III started. Okay, on about 11/6 and 7, we had an incident where the U.S. military inside the U.S. was pinging its nuke subs, and it normally does 3 to 5 per day. When it went up to 11, in Britain, they rushed Sunak, their current leader, off stage, we believe, to a bunker because reportedly in the North Atlantic there was a British nuke sub on fire, the HMS Victorious, and I have brought this out. They were on a secret mission. I believe it was probably to nuke the U.S., bring about an incident and blame it on Russia because the shadow NATO, the shadow U.S. military, and the shadow U.S. government, this shadow equivalent in Britain, wants World War III. The deep state needs it, and they especially need it now that FTX has gone bankrupt. They need that war money, and they need people around the earth distracted. So that went on. Now we know that recently there were some meetings. On 11/7, Jake Sullivan met with his Russian counterpart. He's a U.S. national advisor, supposedly a secret meeting, to put forth red lines by the U.S. to Russia. You cannot take Odessa or Kharkiv. Now, on 11/7, we have 11/11, Dr. William Mount is saying that inside Russian waters is a 16-ship nuclear carrier group. So that's going on. They have 4,000 troops with them, and they're armed with nukes, and they're inside Russian waters. We don't know where yet. Okay, so in 11/12, we have Judge Napolitano coming out with information from retired Colonel Douglas MacArthur that people in Romania and Moldova and other areas are in revolt. They don't want to be in war. They want out of NATO. And Colonel MacGregor is bringing this out in November and December. The ground is going to freeze inside Ukraine, and that's when Russia will launch its major offensive. And Colonel MacGregor believes the Russian troops that will be along their front line. This is Luhansk, Donetsk, Kherson, Zaporizhzhia. Along this line will be 700 to 750,000. And more demonstrations by the people are going on in Hungary, Poland, Romania, Moldavia, Serbia, Slovakia. So yeah, the people don't want war. 11:12. Hal Turner is bringing this out. Now this is Ukraine. And we have up here Kaliningrad, we have Poland, and right on the border between Poland and Kaliningrad, on 11/12, we're moving trainloads of armor and troops and equipment from Poland to Kaliningrad. Now we have on 11/12, TASS is reporting there are 40 nations and tens of thousands of mercenaries inside Ukraine fighting, 5,000 Poles and mercenaries from Japan, Australia, Canada, France, Spain. And in this area, there was a boat, dozens of boats with 700 special operatives trained to seize a technical location, which is speculated to be the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Okay. Now, November 14, CIA Director Burns met with his counterpart in Ankara, Turkey, to discuss the risk of nukes. We have an interview on Galactic Talk of Gene Decode on 11/14, talking about the underground tunnels that go from New Orleans to Haiti to Ukraine that are being shaken out. And that recent to-do in Haiti, led by local leader Jimmy F., I believe is his last name. He's part of the White Hats, and they were fighting against the deep state, actually, and there are White Hats now in there helping them clean up the underground tunnels that run from New Orleans to Haiti to Ukraine. So that's going on. And now we have this. We have things going on in the last few days. All right. So 11/15, we know that President Trump came out and made that announcement. He's going to run in 2024 for president again. So we had this from Tap Blog, information from a Gilbert Doctorow. And he had information from a Professor Boyle of the law school he's a prof at Law School of University of Illinois, that there was in Germany and Stuttgart, the U.S. had sent a 3-star general and a staff of 300. And it's being put forth, the cover story was they were there to count weapons. But no, they're there for the U.S. military offensive going into Ukraine. And now we have this. We have, Governor Abbott of Texas has sent down the National Guard GPS gunboats plus to close the southern border. And this is coming out from Dr. William Mount. And we had information earlier from Judy Byington that 10% of the immigrants crossing were males who had been trained by the CIA and were soldiers. Dr. Mount is bringing this out on the southern border. We do have 30,000 Chinese troops. And that 1/3 of the 10 million who have crossed in the past 2 years are from the Middle East or Chinese. So that's coming out. It's a good thing that Governor Abbott's taking some action, isn't it? 1116. Let's talk about broken arrows. The broken arrow comes from multiple sources, Alex Collier, Dr. William Mount Plus. But nukes, and the definition by the military is it's a nuke that has been lost, stolen, or accidentally detonated. And we have information that there are broken arrows, and there is a broken arrow in Ukraine. And now this is coming out that there was one in Donnybrook. This is in Ireland. So let me draw you a map. So here we have England, and then there's a part that's Scotland. We have Wales. We have Ireland. So Donnybrook is in Dublin, and it's there was a nuke there, according to a broken arrow. Dr. William Mount came out with that today, and that it went from Donnybrook, it went north, then it went east into some type of locker. No more details are forthcoming. Who has control of it? Now, Dr. Mount is bringing this out also. I think Dr. Mount is a little agitated with MI6 threatening him a couple of days ago. In Ukraine, 2 out of the 24 baseball-size nukes that I think that was the FBI, took to Warsaw this summer, and then it went into Ukraine. I reported on that earlier. Most of these have been bought by Russia at $2 million each, but there's still 2 that are still circling or somewhere inside Ukraine. So that's going on. And now we saw that recent missile incident. So the missiles were fired from Ukraine into Poland, and it was reported that they killed 2 farmers. And Dr. William Mount said no, it was 2 U.S. military soldier advisors. So it was a U.S. missile, most likely fired by the U.S. inside Ukraine, and killing 2 U.S. military soldiers. So I just wanted to bring you up to date. We need to have everything on the table so we know what to pray about and against. And it's good to remember that God is in charge and He is on the move. I love you, and I'll see you soon.